Rolling, 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 rolling. Keep those streams a rolling, raw high. Hey, hit that like button when you come in, please. When you come in, if you come in, if you don't come in, you're not hearing this anyway. So what does it matter? Hey, how about starting off with something like the Jack Skellington, made in Vietnam. They're making some in Vietnam now. Nah, how about that? And I know Zero is. I'm not sure about Sally. Sally's in there. I need to look at her. Uh, I've got an extra Sally that I haven't taken out of the package. I ought to go in there and have an unboxing of a Pez. Perish the thought. I actually like my Pez loose so that I can appreciate them, you know. Uh, but they've gotten so expensive, you want to keep them in the package. But, that's the difference in collecting. Collectors. Rex, how's it going? I'm here, and hit that like button and share. Thank you. Believe me, we need all the views we can get uh, as we climb up that mountain. If you appreciate what we do here, and I gave you several months to think about that. uh, Burkholder in the house. Dogs just arrived in. Me and dogs on the bed. Awesome. And you're here. That's all we want to hear. Yeah, I had a dream. Very hot here. Well, I don't have my phone, but it's been pretty moderate here. About 1 o'clock, we've got some thunder in the background. Got a little bit of rain, a little bit of soak, which is good, for the flowers and the grass. I don't know what's happened to my yard man. If he had a stroke, died, or I haven't heard from him. I generally don't talk to him on the phone. I'm not even sure I have his phone number, but he hasn't been around this year, which is, so I'm wondering what happened to my yard man. A gentleman, an older, rainy, hot, and muggy. Yeah, I'm sure once it gets hot here, it'll get muggy because we've gotten enough rain in the area to have a lot of, humidity. Mole people took him hostage. That could be a thing. Yeah. In the original Mole Man movie, uh, Napier is his last name. He played Alfred on the 1966 Batman series with Adam West and Burt Ward. So Alfred was in that movie. He played the Mole Man leader in that movie. Check it out. See if I'm right. Is his name Alan? Alan Napier, I believe. Uh, yeah, sorry for being about 6 minutes late. Just, you know, it takes a minute for this thing to boot up and uh, everything. And I don't want to just blame it on that. I could have been on time. It's either early or late with this thing. So, but we're here, and you're here, and that's all that matters. Uh, Happy birthday, Ryan James, today, 49 years old, and Kitty Flips, 43 years old today. With the magazine that she has over there on Fun My Comic. I don't I haven't seen if she has a recent campaign over there or not, but I was on Fun My Comic a little bit earlier today. Yesterday, we learned that from Apex Comics that Thor 159, Michael Dorns, had played Worf on Next Generation, wrote a fan letter, 13 years old, I guess, to the Thor magazine. Might have been Journey into Mystery at that point. Walter Danley in the house, aka also known as Elsie, in the house. Good to see you. Uh, Now that we have three people in here, we can really get crank this thing up. Yeah, the Jack Skellington. I did look, Elsie. The Jack Skellington Pez is from Vietnam. Don't know about Sally. Zero, the dog, is. They may all three be from Vietnam. A new contract. I don't know. But now we can look forward to. I always tried to get the holiday ones. I'm sorry, I'm itching here. Straight from the zoo. Um, I had a feather to show yesterday. I didn't get this out. I got this out of the yard, the front yard, day before yesterday because we did get some rain today. We did get some rain yesterday. It was dry the day before. I'm itching. My nipple is itching. Why is my nipple itching? Nobody cares. Anyway, uh, yeah, big crow, or I guess that's crow. We've got crows around here. Big crow feather. I thought I'd show that to Shadow, but where is Shadow? Where is my co-host? He was active on Instagram for uh, 3 hours ago, so he's probably napping. He's sedated. Mm. Got to catch some Lord Finatra. I had a wrench over there. What happened to my wrench? I disappeared for a few months and they de-rich me. I'm sure it wasn't your fault, Finn. I think I had a wrench over there. I don't know. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I was just imagining that. I don't know. I covet the wrenches. I'll be up front with you. It doesn't matter to, some people, but I kind of like to have a wrench, be able to drop the Devil Flyer link in there and go, hey, check it out. One mystery, when I was looking at the campaign yesterday, maybe it was, I don't know, the days just go by for me. I am going out to work tonight, so I'm in my work shirt. Sometime staying here in Jonesboro, spraying mosquitoes. So that was good because they said, come in at 9 this morning and go over to West Memphis and we'll swap out trucks, some that need to be fixed, some that need to be picked up that we took over there the other day. I don't know how to characterize that. It was earlier. I think it was Tuesday of last week. So it's been a while. And anyway, 20 minutes, I'm getting ready to get in the truck. I just gotten out of the shower, got dressed, got my coffee cup. Didn't have it made. I thought, well, I can grab some coffee there if she hasn't made. And another drink to take with me. And 20 minutes till, she says, don't come in. I said, you just caught me. That sucks when I have gotten all the way within about 5 minutes of the place and they say, don't come in. Of course, if you make it there, they'll give you 2 hours on the clock. But if you barely get there, no, just turn around, waste the gas. And we don't want to waste gas right now, right? Unless I've got a good place to go, I generally don't drive. I drive enough on the job as it is. Jamie saw new Star Wars and she loved it. Cool. Yeah. I've not really heard that much about that. I didn't even know there was a new Star. Oh, you're talking about the Mandalorian. Got it. Yeah. Mandalorian movie. Yeah. It did very disappointing, they say, for Star Wars movie. Of course, Star Wars kind of set a standard for all the movies, really. I mean, if anything pushed it into the stratosphere back in the day, it was Star Wars, the original. Chatty blogger MS in the house. Hello, hello. Did you change your name? Love your icon. And why do you not have a wrench? It's Mikey and Suzanne, of course. Oh, okay. Thought you had a wrench. I'm not conferring wrenches. I got one taken away from me today. I'm not going to do it. Come in tomorrow. We'll see. We lost our last channel. Oh, okay. Well, that's bad. That's bad. But, a lot of things have happened to me this year that I did not think would happen. My dog died, my phone died, my computer near died. So, welcome to the show, my co-host, esteemed co-host, Shadowhawk.
Hey, everybody, what's going on? Hey, hello.
Elsie says his eldest daughter saw the new Mandalorian movie and loved it. She said they're searching people before going in theater after you pay. Wow, what's that up about?
I don't know.
Wow, Mikey, you remember Mikey, right? We had him on a few times. You remember Mikey? We talked about that he was a minor. He was an extra in movies and stuff. He said he had a heart attack April 21st of this year. That's not good.
Oh, my God.
He's about my age, your age. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry to hear that, buddy. Hail Omen, and hello to Eastland Burkholder. Good to see you.
Elsie said that they're searching people before going in the theater after you pay. What's up with that? Why would they be searching people for weapons?
I don't know. Maybe.
I know Star Wars is a big event, but it's not like Trump's going to show up and sit in the back row or anything. He should become a movie producer after president. It's the greatest movie of all time. It's the biggest stinker. New comments. Let's see. There we go. Why is that in the way? New comment things in the way of the comments. Good to see Shadowhawk. Well, it's just good to see you, Mikey. I mean, after having a heart attack in April, and I thought I had it bad. Jeez. Shadowhawk here had knee surgery. He's recovering from that. They were going to search your purse. They said safety. That's kind of like checking your receipt after you bought some things at Walmart, isn't it? If this is going to be a thing at theaters now, I think it's going to kill the theater business. Don't you, Shadowhawk? Even further. Who wants to go to the movies and get searched?
Yeah, were they searching for snacks and shit, or just like weapons?
Well, they said for safety, so apparently it wasn't that snuck in Snickers that they were looking for.
Yeah. Outside food, says he. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, because a lot of people have been bringing their own food,
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, concessions is where they make their money, not tickets. It's like a gas place, right? They make their money on snacks and other things, which are way. Have you been to a gas station and seen the prices lately? 4 bags for $4 for a little thing of chips or a candy bar. I don't know, a lot of. I mean, they mark their stuff up ultra high. They don't get their money from the gas. They get their money from the Snickers and all that.
That's crazy, dude. Just a little box of Altoids mints is like almost $4.
That's crazy. Yeah, and I imagine it's worse up there where you're at in the north, I don't know why I imagine that, but it seems like I've always thought up north around the urban areas it's going to be higher. What's your gas up there right now, Shadowhawk?
Not too bad. It's about 60, 68, 69, something like that.
368?
Yeah.
Wow, I think you've got us beat. It's probably about that around here, but now I've seen it higher. It depends on who you're talking to. Hey, today's Ryan James' birthday.
I saw that. My message earlier.
49 years old, and Kitty Flips. Remind me what her magazine is called. I forget.
Oh, good Lord.
Yes, I like to put my co-host on the spot.
Something City, wasn't it? Shit. Can't remember.
Flip City,
that's it.
Yeah. I knew in between our two brains that we might,
Yeah, dredge it up somewhere.
My comments are not working well on this. It's like they're on delay.
For me, because we're so close to the refineries up here, I think that helps keep our prices down a little bit, because they don't have to travel as far, to deliver gas and all that shit.
Yeah, that makes sense. Hello, Dave. Genuine Comics in the house.
Hey,
It's good to
Genuine
see you.
Dave.
So if you appreciate this program, and I gave you months and months to think about whether you appreciate it or we just needed to be in the death spin of history, hit that like button as you come in and share it out. Share it out. We need the views. We need to build this back up. Hey, Shadowhawk, I've still got just a few photos from my past that we didn't get to yesterday, so we might as well. I might as well bore you with that. This one, I actually remember this event, and unfortunately, I've got my head turned down the line. I'm probably asking my cousin why she's not eating watermelon because that's what we're doing. We got like plates and napkins there, and we might even have a drink. But it's my brother and cousins. Yeah, they're so I and Joe, and then uh, three female cousins there. We're all eating on the street, and that's probably our '67 Mustang there in the background. That green, that's probably our car right there. And we're all eating watermelon.
That looks like, that's a Mustang.
This is 1969. That's a '67 Mustang, and I think it might have got damaged in a tornado that came through here.
Oh, wow.
Here's
67, very good year.
family 1969 reunion. Don't know exactly where that's at. Looks like they've got an air conditioning wall unit there.
Oh, yeah.
Here's, I think, okay, this is same picture a little bit. I don't know why it's one faded and one's not, but almost the same picture. Just another picture. Kind of cut a few people out. That's probably why they, beehive hairdo back there with Aunt Linda. She and my mother, her hair's up there too. Now this is my great uncle off to the side, and really my mother's uncle. Really, he was married to my aunt. I guess it would be. Is that right? Uncle? Yeah. It'd been her uncle, my great uncle, I guess. And then my grandfather, my papa, right there in the middle. And Tom, of course, who got him sporting him a mustache. You never knew what he was going to show up with. This right there, he was a plumber. And Papa was an electrician. The first comic book that I ever drew, Lightning Man, was done on his plumbing stationery on the back, because it was blank.
Yeah, you got a bunch of his paper or whatever.
Yeah, it's hard to pick favorites, but really, if I'm going to be honest, my really step grandmother, but I mean, my grandmother, I never looked at her as a step grandmother, but my papa's second wife, Edith, and they had children together too. Probably my favorite grandmother right there. It's hard to. Here's like over dad. Look at that hair. Lightning Man. Yeah, Lightning Man was actually my cousin's. We're all sitting around. There I am with my feet propped up. That's our there. That's our living room. There I am up front. Happy go lucky. Just smiling one. Anyway, that's some of the old pictures that I got out of Tom's album. That the boy that found my aunt dead in the floor in December, he sent Mom like 4 big photo albums full of photos, and I kind of went through the ones and picked some to show you. Even though I wasn't broadcasting, I'm always thinking, of content, content, content.
There you go. Interesting.
1969, a great year. I thought it was. I got to go to California. What I didn't
Yeah.
realize at the time and didn't find out till just a couple of years ago is I was conceived out in California. My father lived out in California. He was a Californian. Hey, during the 60s, California was the place to be. Now, not so much. 60 years later, nearly.
Yeah. Yeah.
That ruined California. I don't know. With all the crappy laws they've got there, it might take a century to unwind the spool. You know what I'm saying? To get it back to any semblance of normality. You were living in the Bay Area? Yeah. 1969.
I mean, I
Well,
was right here.
Mikey, how are you recovering? I guess you're recovering pretty good from your little scare. I've I've got a coworker and he goes down Little Rock and gets his heart checked all the time. And let's face it, at our age, I'm 60. You're near 60, Shadowhawk. They've got a great place down Little Rock. Not so much here. They say they'll let you die here. So, according to
Well,
him. So I thought, well, he said you can go down there and get your heart checked out and everything. I'm really going to do that at some point, maybe in the off season. I was in Memphis in 1969. Elsie lived in
I
Memphis.
know.
Yeah.
Time out.
I told you that
Oh,
Elsie was at the hospital when they brought Elvis in. His supposedly
yeah.
that was really he swears it was. Of course, he didn't get that close a look, you know. But a lot of birthdays. Uh, Vincent Price, and I think yesterday, within 24 hours, Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing, and Vincent Price were born. All three of those horror great actors were born within 24 hours of each other. Different years, of course.
Right. Right. Wow, that's pretty well.
Yeah, there's some other birthdays today, and we'll kind of hit upon those within, you know, the broadcast here. At the end of yesterday's broadcast, we had 40 views. We're now sitting pretty. Let me bring it up here. We're now sitting pretty at on yesterday's show, 52 views. So not too bad. Not too bad at all.
Mikey, I just had my left knee replaced in March, man. It's pretty painful, and it's a little bit slower of a recovery than I was hoping for. But it's my knee is still better now than it was before the surgery. So even while I'm still recovering, so it's worth it, I think.
Oh, absolutely. Is Lightning Man going to make an appearance, Rex? I know DC Comics back in the 50s had a Lightning Man, so I don't even know if you can. I guess.
Yeah, he might be copyrighted.
Yeah, he might be copyrighted. Actually, I've been seeing a lot of Kiss photos. Why is that? We'll be looking
I
at
don't
some
know.
Kiss photos. I don't know either.
Yeah, anniversary. So Ace just died last year. What was that? Honey, right before Christmas, around Thanksgiving, or a little close to
Okay.
Christmas. Ace Frehley. But yeah, it doesn't. That seems to have all died down a while back.
Well, remember,
Unless it's another one.
somebody had shared. Remember Ace Frehley and the Comets. And the Comets. You remember that?
Ace Frehley and Ace Frehley's Comet. Yeah, that was the name of the band.
Frehley's Comets. Okay.
Kind of like Haley's Comet.
Character named Lightning, member of Enforcer Inc. Apex says.
I know.
Yeah, I'm not really. I believe appearing as the Craven the Hunter, Jason Momoa. Okay, but Craven the Hunter is Marvel and Supergirl is DC. So I don't know. Is there a little
Yeah,
mixture there? That would be a movie. Uh,
he is going to be Lobo in that Supergirl movie. They've already shown the preview of it. That's Jason Momoa as Lobo.
oh, Lobo. Yeah, yeah. He always wanted to play Lobo. He looks the part. He's the
Yeah,
apparently 52 years ago today. I don't know. Let's help the four guys make up a group whose name doesn't matter. Putting money away for the future. Yeah, so I guess 52 years ago, Kiss formed. That doesn't seem right. That wouldn't be right.
no, that's probably when they made this comic book.
Okay, but this is a faux comic book. This is a fake comic book. This was never made. I don't think. Not this.
There was a real Kiss that they back in the late 70s.
Jeff Goodwin, I've been
early
seeing
80s.
kind of like this. He makes little wannabe type things. He's got I guess Lex Luthor as Yul Brynner in this one, this version. Yul Brynner being Lex Luthor. He could have played a pretty good Lex Luthor, probably.
You did know about the Kiss comic book, right? The old one?
Oh,
you
yeah.
Heard about that?
Oh, yeah. And took some of their blood. He's got a lot of. I don't know what this is from, but I remember the Fox makeup. He's passed away now, right?
Yeah, he died very young. He had a brain something or another.
Yeah.
Tumor. I think he had a hemorrhage and died. You know.
Was he the drummer?
Kissy's drummer? Not Peter Carr. What's Eric Carr? Yeah. Nope. I just got kicked there, so I'll be back.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, this guy's been posting some very nice Kiss type stuff. I think you can see that, right? Been posting Kiss stuff all day long. It seems like, whoa, man, Lita Ford. Fudgy Lita Ford. And some Star Wars stuff on there. A lot of Kiss stuff. I'm not even seeing all that he posted, but that's cool. Walking Dead. Yeah, those characters can live in comics for a long time. We're over there on X under Devil Flyer, of course. Welcome back, Shadow Hot.
There you go.
Yeah. Look at those old costumes of theirs.
Yeah. That looks like the first record, maybe the second. That old costumes. Yeah, I think that's rock and roll.
Like hotter than hell.
I think rock and roll over, maybe before Hard and Hell.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
1974. It's 1974.
Whatever the second album was called.
1978 costumes right here.
That was a good Ace outfit. I like that one.
Gene Simmons looking like Dracula there.
Yeah, he had some really cool boots on that one. Those boots. You can see the detail on there. They're like dragon scales. Got those
I just remember it was never the same after Peter Criss left, and I'm surprised in 78 he's still with them, you know. Here's another one. Oh, yeah. this is your nightmare here. Kiss Goes Disco.
Yeah, there were more than one Kiss comic. They had a recent series too in 20, 2010.
Oh yeah,
Maybe?
I think Dynamite did some. I don't know. Some of the last stuff that I actually bought off the stands was some Kiss comic book, because I thought these are going to be collectible, you know.
Yeah, they put out called Psycho Circus, and I think they put out an album with the same name. But yeah, let me turn on a light and show you guys.
Happy birthday, actor Richard Schiff. He turned 71 today. British actor, I believe. Richard Schiff's birthday today. Turned 71. He could probably do a Lex Luthor, actually.
Yeah.
Remember when floppy disks could save or destroy the world? Street Sharks.
Yeah.
Gargoyles. Ninja Turtles. Yes.
Hold on. Let me see.
There you go. 1975 Kiss right there.
Why is it saying it's not working? There it is.
All right. Not too much. Chat. One of our favorite segments. It's made for loving you, baby. You were made for loving me. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, I bought this for Mama a while back. The A3.
Oh, yeah? Tell me when you're going to do that. Just a minute. There we go. Oh, wow. You've had that a while. It's kind of yellowed over time, huh? Now, when did you get that figure?
Pretty good.
When did she buy this for you?
No, I bought that for Mom. She's a big A3.
Oh, okay. Psycho Circus. That's what it was called. The comic books that I was telling you that I bought like the first 4 Kiss Psycho Circus.
Right.
Which was,
oh, wow, this is from 1994. I didn't buy it until like 2016, 2017.
Yeah, I knew it was old just from that. Yeah, a Kiss Pet set. They came out with a Kiss Pet set years ago.
Oh, yeah, I got that too. Yeah, I bought that for Mama. She got a Kiss, the little, not the Lego guys, the other, they look like the little Lego people, but it's another brand.
Uh-huh.
But they did the Beatles, and they did a Kiss set, so I got those for Mama. You know, the little people from Lego.
You got your finger in the way if you're showing us that. Your finger was in the way.
I'm not just.
There we go. Oh, we got a leg. We got a leg. Mama Hawk's leg. Sitting outside, huh? Soaking up the rays. Living the dream.
Sitting on the back porch, enjoying the weather.
Yeah, living the dream. Might as well.
Nice day today. Can't complain.
Oop. There we go. Don't want that. Here we go. That's the one I'm looking for.
Cool.
There you go. Right there is one of those fake comic book covers. Two-sided poster. Ace Frehley and the Space Ace. Space Ace.
Cool.
Galaxy's greatest guitarist.
There you go.
You know, if they put stuff out like this, I would have bought it, you know?
All right. I would have too.
Especially for 25 cents. You can still get Dr. Mass Retro Elixirs sprinkled with Scarlet. And maybe Friday I'll get a copy.
Yeah.
2
And check
covers
out
with
the
that.
version.
And you can get them delivered the next day. So there's immediate fulfillment right
I got
there.
I received mine got about a week, maybe 2 weeks ago. Read it already. The artwork is amazing. Obviously, the writing is excerpts from Edgar Allan Poe stories, with introductions and stuff by our friend Dr. Matt. It's
Mm-hmm.
a lot of fun. And I'm happy I got that one.
Kelly Jones says Dracula Book 4, the Undead pre-launch page on Kickstarter right now. He's been kicking it with Dracula over there on Kickstarter. Kelly
Yeah,
Jones.
yeah. I hear good things about it too.
Mm-hmm. Today also marks in 1982 the series finale of Mork and Mindy aired. Began in 1978, ran for 4 seasons. Of course, Jonathan
Yeah,
Winters there. Look how young Robin Williams looks there.
yeah, yeah. That was the end. Jonathan Winters wasn't there very long.
91 episodes. Yeah, I think he made his appearance in the very last, you know. But Vincent Price's birthday today, he would have been 115 years old.
Wow. Happy
And
birthday, Vinny.
I always regret not going to see him back in 1987. He actually came here in 1987, and I didn't go see him. I blew it off. Aaron Lopresti's been turning in some stuff which you could buy. Here's one of his Goblin and Gwen pieces. That's nice. Aaron Lopresti's a
Yeah,
beast. I've got a
yeah.
couple of his.
Okay. I still got mine. I'm happy.
Here's a little thing there. The villains of Spider-Man were created with real effects before CG became the standard. Isn't that wild with the
Mm-hmm.
arm, Dr. Octopus? It just shows
Yeah,
you
those
that
the magic.
you can do practical effects and make it look good, without CG.
Yeah, dude. Model makers, like puppet makers and shit that were making these things, and
Oh,
making them work. It's
yeah.
crazy.
1979 here with Kiss. I like Ace Frehley's costume there. That's pretty cool.
That's Kiss's disco era dynasty.
Did they have a disco era? I mean, really?
Yep, they did one. They did one disco record, Dynasty, and those were the costumes that they came out with when they launched that album.
I think I'm going to have to get that. Now, you may know this person. Happy birthday also to Lena Quigley, whose many horror
Yeah,
roles include Graduation Day, Silent Night, Deadly Night, The Return
Linnea,
of the Dead, and Night of the Demons. What's her name?
Linnea, Linnea Quigley.
Linnea. Okay.
Most famous, yeah, most famously probably known as Trash from Return of the Living Dead. The girl that gets naked and dances on top of the mausoleum and shit.
Oh, and makeup. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she had red
Okay.
shorts
Well,
in that movie. Yep.
today's her birthday as well.
Yep, one of the 80s screen queens. Love Linnea. 80s and 90s. She was in all kinds of good stuff.
House I ad for DC Comics back in 1941. Got on X earlier today and got some of this stuff put up on. I haven't really been posting a lot on X. This is a Gary Martin inks over David Finch. That's an awesome image with the X-Men mounted,
Right?
Why do I think they're just got their heads through holes and they're just, the rest of their bodies are behind them? I don't know. He stuffed them looking mad. Maybe they're collectibles. They came out.
They weren't happy they were getting stuck.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd be too happy about it either.
This is one that Dr. Mask had, 1950. I've never seen. The Crimson Comet #5 from Leisure Productions.
Oh, wow.
I don't. Oh, you know why I haven't seen that? It's British. It's British. I need to.
Oh, okay.
I need to ask Texas Dave about. Is there a good reference for British comic books? Is there a good book on that? You know.
Yeah, because I know they got a lot of ours imported, but I mean they had their own thing, right?
Yeah, most of it in black and white.
Mm-hmm.
Here's Marcus Killigrew. This is already sold, but very nice piece from Marcus Killigrew here.
Oh yeah, I like that. And speaking of Brits, I'm waiting on Glenn to put up some more. What's the little guy? Hat.
Phantom Hawk is that character, Phantom Hawk. You know, that reminds me of a particular artist. I can't think of his name. He's on X. I still. Here's Gary Martin's recreation of Berndt Hogarth's Tarzan. That's very nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
Tarzan versus Silver Surfer, and he takes a Silver Surfer board away from him. Make it happen. Hell yeah. I'd buy that. Tarzan versus Silver Surfer. I think Silver Surfer would win, but, you know, Tarzan would probably get in some good licks, you know.
Yeah. Silver Surfer would probably let him get in a few good ones before he did anything. Remember, what was that? He went too fast. His name was Otter.
He said role-playing female character named Otter, a member of the Protectors in 1984.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Here's early John Byrne artwork from 1974.
Cool.
Remember Rog? I think I've asked you this before. ROG 2000. He was called ROG 2000.
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah,
I know you've asked me about.
He was one of the original robot type characters, and here's some others that I've not even seen, unless it's in the artwork of John Byrne. I no longer have that book, unfortunately. 4-color. Here's Mobius on the cover. I don't know that I've seen 4-color magazine. This is from 1987, but looks like a high-end magazine from back in the day.
Is that European? UK? With 4-color? Is that an
I'm
American?
not sure. That's the first time I saw that. Here's Mark Silvestri. That's an iconic Mark Silvestri piece right there, with Hulk with the blood on the hand. Not your childhood Hulk. You know, we'll just say that's alien blood, because he's not a killer, right?
He's become quite savage in recent years. Depending on what book.
Michael Goldenad, anybody that had the Beast right there in the foreground, and Ant-Man. Gotta love that. The Beast. There's that Captain Marvel. The other Captain Marvel nobody ever talks about. I've got several of these issues. I'm pretty sure I've got this. Yeah, Captain Marvel presents the Terrible Five. That's the one where he's riding the rocket and man spreading.
Yeah, it looks like he's tied to the rocket. Yeah, you're not just riding it.
Captain Science.
Come on.
1950. Here's another one. Now I've got this issue. I know this is Charlton Premier presents Trio, The Shape like the world's most far out action hero, the Shape, the Spook Man, the the Tyro the Tyro team. All right. Dick Garagano was working at Charlton at this time. Became and Jim Aparo as well. This one I don't think I've ever seen. This is Gray Morrow. DC Superstars. That was DC Superstars #2 was one of the first comic books I ever bought at TG&Y. Remember TG&Y? That's a nice Gray Morrow. I had to pick that one up. It's also got a Flash story in the back. Remember DNA Agents from Eclipse Comics?
Yeah, I remember that.
The thing about Eclipse Comics, I like their coloring, especially on DNA Agents. I think they did a good job with coloring. They had better colors and on better paper. A Mondo paper. Early John Byrne here. 1975 John Byrne, Doomsday +1, Charlton Comics. Pre-Marvel. Black cover, very hard to. There's your old Moon Knight by Don Perlin.
Oh, there you go.
That's when he, had the spikes and silver and went after Werewolf by Night and was like a sort of a monster huntsman, really.
Yeah, he had crossovers with Werewolf by Night.
Too bad they didn't stick with that. It's kind of a theme for him.
They kind of went back. They went more supernatural with it in like the 90s and stuff. They took them back to basically being controlled by Conti, the Egyptian god.
Matt Baker, one of the early, probably the most successful black, Negro, whatever you want to call it, cartoonist, back in the day, probably the most famous, the most well known for his Dave Stevens cheesecake type covers. He made these great female covers. This one of the Saint, which Roger Moore would later play on TV in the 60s. This is not dated August 17th, 1948. So the Saint goes back in comic books maybe further than you think. Put out by, who put that out? Avon Baker. Let's see, inks, both pencils and inks unconfirmed on that. This is a good one for Memorial Day. Somebody dropped DC Special. That's one of those little digests. That's when the digest first started. I've never seen that one. 95 cents. That's how I can tell it's one of the first ones that they came out with. 1981. They started in the late 70s with the little digest. They were on a digest kick in the early 80s. Adventure Comics went to digest for a couple years, and then they canceled it. At some point we're gonna have to do this, Elsie or Shadow. We're gonna have a 16-page insert like this one. I had DC Comics Presents and had the Wonder Woman 16-page story in the middle of it, and a good Superman Joker story as well. But Captain Carrot, Arak, Son of Thunder, the New Teen Titans, they all had 16-page stories. Love this John Byrne cover from Doomsday +1, 3. There you go. There's you some Conan. Barry Windsor Smith birthday a couple of days ago.
All right.
So Barry Windsor Smith getting a little older.
Is Barry still alive? He's still with us?
Oh, he's still alive. Yeah, May 25th, his birthday. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Another Errol Preston. Name this character. I know you can do it. Name this character, Shadow.
I know. Super So,
Super Scroll. You are correct, sir. By Aaron Lepresti, done last year. Very nice. Aaron Lepresti, beast. Look at this Hulk that he did. Aaron Lepresti Hulk.
nice.
I like that he makes him brutish. You know, he doesn't look like a smart Hulk. He looks like Hulk Smash Hulk. I love that logo. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that logo made out of like debris vapor or something. That's cool. He's got a good sense of design. Hey man, anybody that does a run on Herculoids, pretty cool. I've actually got a copy of this with John Byrne signed that I got from Elsie. Signed the old ballpoint pen.
Oh,
Whoops. I know you're not supposed to put nude shots, but I think we can get this one across. Some nude photos of the Sesame Street Muppets have been leaked online. That's pretty clever, someone. Look at this, 1976. Which one doesn't have action on it? I mean, this sold comic books, you know. The more the action, the better. Look at these covers. If comics were still this exciting looking, we would still be selling high numbers. You know, if we got them out, distributed right, you know.
Yeah.
Bronze Age was a great time. Bronze Age capitalized on the Silver Age. Also today in 1976, California Universal Studios debuted its animatronic Jaws attraction.
Ah, cool.
Have you ever seen that, Shadow? I've never been out there to see that.
No, I've never seen that one.
They still have that today.
I was in California, but I think I was like 8 at the time. It was before Jaws even came out.
Yesterday was Stevie Nicks' birthday. She turned 78.
Yeah,
78 years old. And yesterday marked 77 years ago today. Spencer Gordon Bennett's 15-chapter serial film series Batman and Robin began in 1949. They both went up against a sort of generic character called the Wizard. I had that movie serial. It's probably on VHS and DVD.
Oh, wow.
Scary looking, sort of devil Batman with those ears, right? It looks kind of devilish with this Halloween pointy ears on there.
Well, it's kind of Kelly Jones or the other guy, the newer guy.
First appearance of Frankenstein in Marvel Comics right here. First appearance of Frankenstein, first cover. X-Men number 40. Cover artwork by George Tuska. There's an older one. Apparently, he's getting an action figure. Look at that, the Bat Child.
Cool.
You know you want it.
I always wanted my own Bat baby.
Look at this. Robert Geronimo, what work he's kind of doing nowadays. Look at that. Little brush work. He's the guy that steals goes from third base and steals home base, you know, without seeing him. He, you know, great things coming out of him. There's the original Terrible Trio, all born. I think yesterday was Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing's birthday. Different years, of course, and today Vincent Price. All three gentlemen born within 24 hours of each other. What a great photo.
That's cool. They were the Hammer Films for a while, man. Those three guys.
Last yesterday, 56 years ago, in 1970 on NBC, I Dream of Jeannie, their last original episode. So 1970, no more I Dream of Jeannie. The Beatles released their eighth studio album, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Heart Club's Band, 59
Yeah.
years ago, 1967. That's a good one. A
Yeah.
lot of people just took illicit drugs and looked at this album to see what they could see in there. You know, all the little trippy, even got the wax images of the Beatles there off to the left.
Yeah.
I've never looked at
Yeah.
that album to see who's all on there. You got Karl Marx, Bob Dylan. I think Charlie Chaplin's there somewhere. Got to be. I do see Stan Laurel, Edgar Allan Poe, just Marlon Brando, all kinds of people in there. All kind of
Yeah.
little.
It's been a long time since I looked at it close, but yeah, there's got to be. I mean, everybody in there is somebody. You just might not recognize who they are.
Puffin Stuff premiered in theaters 56 years ago in 1970. I bet you I went to go see that movie. I'm pretty sure I had to go see that movie.
I don't remember the movie.
Puffin Stuff movie, yeah.
Huh.
If you thought the TV thing was disturbing, well, the movie was probably disturbing as well. Yesterday in 1993, Cleveland's Carlos Martinez hit a fly ball which bounced off the head of Rangers outfield Jose Canseco and over the wall for a home run. Bounced off his head.
Yeah.
That a trick.
It goes over the wall.
Look at there. 1969, May 26, 1969 Newsweek cover with Janis Joplin letting it all hang out. That would be collectible if you had a copy of that today, I would think.
Oh, yeah.
Rebirth of the Blues.
He's still got a huge fan base. I mean, lots of people, generations of Janis Joplin.
May 26th, 2006, the X-Men The Last Stand premiered in theaters 20 years ago. I'm pretty sure I saw that on opening night. And Glenn Campbell released Rhinestone Cowboy 51 years ago, which probably went to number one in 1975. Like a Rhinestone Cowboy. The vaulted Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., aired on Fox in 1998. I wasn't even aware of this. It went straight to video, I thought, but it was a TV movie on a TV budget. You can tell.
Yeah, I think I missed that on too.
David Hasselhoff. They have it on YouTube. I tried to watch a little bit, and I said, I'm not in the mood for this. This is schlock TV, Today, I don't know if you know it, but today is National Cellophane Tape Day. They got a day for everything.
What was it? I think it was National Dracula Day, or Worldwide Dracula Day.
May 27th, 1982, Star Wars was first released for rental on VHS and Betamax. So that was a pretty big deal at the time. You could bring the original Star Wars home, to rent. Today is Todd Bridges' birthday. He's 61. He's older than I am.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
On Different Strokes, right? He was the brother. What you talking about?
The last one from that show alive? I think somebody else is dead.
Yeah, pretty much. The last original episode of Night Gallery aired 53 years ago today in 1973 on NBC.
Right. Yeah, dude, I was watching that as a little kid.
You can buy the
Used to what?
complete night gallery. I've got the first season of it, but you can buy the complete night gallery at Walmart, at some Walmarts right now. Unfortunately, they hadn't brought it back to my Walmart, but if I ever see it and I have some money in my pocket, I may have to buy it. On
Yeah.
today's date, in 1995, Christopher Reeve was paralyzed after being thrown from his horse during an equestrian competition in Virginia. So Superman was paralyzed on this day in 1995.
Damn.
That was a hard blow. And Bob Dylan released his second studio album, Freewheelin' Bob, 63 years ago in 1963. I didn't have this album, but I had his first album that I bought back about 40 years ago in the 80s. The last 1996, inventor Leon Johnson was granted a patent for his toy design titled Squirt Gun, later renamed the Super Soaker. So he got his patent today for the Super Soaker.
Ah, there you go.
I wonder if he made any money out of that, though. I guess he did. And
I guess he
on this
good, man. Like,
it became very popular, yeah. May 27, 1937, the Golden Gate Bridge opened to pedestrian traffic, creating a vital link between San Francisco and Marin County, California. By the end of the day, nearly 200,000 people had crossed 4,200 foot long suspension bridge. Yeah, that was a big event in the day. Madagascar premiered 21 years ago in 2005. I went to go see that, I think. Maybe not. Maybe the first one made it past me. I might have. I know I bought all the pads, and there you go. 1995. Pamela Sue Anderson, Baywatch. No tattoos. No tattoos at that time.
no,
I guess. I guess she hadn't done barbed wire yet.
No, not yet.
And today's Lou Gossett Jr. Day. He was born in 1936. Now he has passed away.
Yeah.
Passed away like last year or the year before. And one of your favorite movies, Shadow, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, premiered 38 years ago in 1988.
Great movie. A lot of fun.
Flintstones premiered 32 years ago in 1994. Smokey and the Bandit premiered 49 years ago in 1977. And that's just some of the things that happened today on Ryan and James' birthday. Let's go over to the chat, catch up with the chat. 60th anniversary of Beatles, Revolver. I love Revolver. Revolver's a great album. I think that's the one with Eleanor Rigby. Paulus Arts in the house. How are you, sir? It's good to see you. Is Ryan James coming on? Not that I know of. He's probably celebrating his birthday. So, but I did wish him a happy birthday. Oh, you remembered. I said, of course. So happy birthday to him and Kitty Flips, from Flip City fame. Go Rob Geronimo. Yeah, he's doing some awesome brushwork and awesome stuff,
Yeah, Rob he likes to try.
First Frankenstein in Marvel comic books. That's a good one to have. 16-page Dead Ninja, first appearance of Ashcan inside a future Devil Flyer book. He really likes my Dead Ninja character.
Yeah.
Well, we'll try and squeeze him in Devil Flyer Zero. I do have a very short story, 2 or 3 pager to introduce the character. So we'll try and squeeze him in. I do know, I can announce that Rob Ewing is going to do, a wraparound cover for Devil Flyer Zero. And I imagine he will probably be we will be introducing Think Tank in Devil Flyer Zero. The Think Tank kids and the Think Tank. And there'll be a short story, and I imagine Rob will draw that feature so I can announce that because I've been working out who's gonna the covers and the been working out. So we'll try and put Dead Ninja in there. Dead Ninja did make it on the cover, Apex. He did make it on the cover. He was one of those that I picked to be on the A cover of Devil Flyer for this issue. So you can have at least an image of Dead Ninja on your cover if you bought the A cover of Devil Flyer. Devil Flyer, of course, over there. Good segue here. For my little banner, back Devil Flyer at onfundmycomic.com. I should have the magnets in my hand at least Friday. I'll probably give her to Friday. If she contacts me and says she's got them done tomorrow, then maybe, if she gets them done by 4 o'clock, I can show them tomorrow. But if not, then we'll show them Friday. I'm sure she'll be done with all the zigzag magnets, which Rob Ewing was the artist on that. Going to be using Rob a lot this year as far as an artist. Tree Goblin in the house. Evening to you. Of course, you're in the UK, so it is evening. It's evening over here too. Let's don't talk like it's not evening here because it is the afternoon. I will be going out, and Justin Belmont in the house. Hey, Justin. Go check out Justin's campaign. Pencils down. Second chance offer. With new things added on the campaign, of course. Are you going to grill tonight, Shadowhawk? What are you going to do for dinner? You got that worked out between you?
Going to throw the wings on the grill?
Wings? Wings are quick.
Yeah. We're going to do chicken wings.
How do you prepare your wings, though? I mean, do you have ranch dressing or barbecue to dip them in? How do you like your wings? You could dry rub wings, like ribs. A hot wing, of course. Hot wings are very popular. Buffalo, buffalo wings. I can't believe that people are paying $1 for a wing. I see these 10 wings for $9.99. It doesn't. If you took the meat off the bone and you showed that little pile of meat and you're saying $10, you probably couldn't sell it. But people like those wings. I don't. It's the most popular white chicken meat. They won't touch a dry chicken breast, but a lot of people prefer the dark meat. Leg or thigh. But hey, if I'm hungry, I'll eat the feet, the beak. He's having little problems coming in and out there. More problems than I am. Hopefully it wasn't too choppy yesterday. For me, a lot of it was roboting stuff. I kind of went back and looked at the episode yesterday, and it seemed to be fairly smooth. I know Apex said I was spinning one time. But here pretty soon should get the mini PC in the mail and get it all hooked up, and maybe we'll be off to the races. The death of choppy ass theater. But anyway, no lizard representation for today. That's sad. But I haven't seen Lorenzo around. But you know what? We do it whether he's around or not. So we try. I'll start my drawing streams and coloring streams and inking streams and things like that. I was hoping to be on here pretty soon when I get the new PC. I don't want to put too much strain on this one because this is my lifeline till I get the new unit in, right? But I do want to do more streams, of course, more hours, build those hours and those views up. We're getting pretty close to 1,000 views, so that's good. Hey, Rex having connection issues hell, I'll see you tomorrow. See you, Shadowhawk. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you, bro. Um, yeah, we had to resend the bog image for the uh, bookmark, and I guess I could probably bring that image up if you just give me a second here. I'll have to go to the file. I have to find it real quick here in my documents. No, that's not it. But Ryan is. I did talk to Ryan today. He did say he's been working on a lot of scans. I mean, a lot of coloring. He's getting a lot of coloring done, and that's good. I don't think this is it. Maybe under Artist Hub. I've been putting in a file 10 years of bog because for the art book, art for the art book. Uh, it won't just be all bog, but that'll be a section in there. We might get in some Dead Ninja in the art book, some images. Who knows? Ryan's doing some awesome work right now, finishing up the second page of a 2-page spread that'll be in Devil Flyer in this issue. Of course, this is the black and white. It has been colored. Do you want to see the color version? You can see the color version of Dead Ninja up, done by Omer Glitch. Uh, hey, Caleb. It's good to see you. Uh, you can see the black and white version here. Whoops, that's not it. That's an X. Go down here to there we go. There it is. Omer Glitch, Dead Ninja. He did a Dead Ninja. Yeah, I like the Dead Ninja character. It's just who who can you? I've got so many characters. You almost have to prioritize who do. Dead Ninja, I do have a short story, sort of his origin introduction story that I can throw in there to introduce the character. Of course, he is on the cover, the A cover of Devil Flyer, done by John Dillard. So his first cover appearance, if you bought that cover, then you have his first cover appearance, standing right there in the middle of the cover. Um, Printed. I think this is the file that has it in it. 6 a.m. stickers. Of course, Ryan James will have to finish up. Uh, or not Ryan James. Rob Ewing. He's going to have to finish up the Origin of Bog story, which I really don't have written yet, but I had him do 3 pages, and they're at the bottom of the campaign. All right, cooperate with me now. There we go. And here's one of the pages right there, or part of the page. I think that's a whole page. Uh, some Celtic warriors there. So he knocked it out of the park and did 3 pages. A little barbarian action there for you, or whatever. Uh, but that's going to be in the bog segment somewhere in Devil Flyer Zero because I said it was going to be. I've already got him 3 pages done, just not in color. Of course, they might be in black and white. I don't know. We'll see how the Buscema book does, the unseen artwork of John Buscema, which we will be working on. I'm trying to find that one that it was difficult to find actually. That that Bog bookmark artwork I sent. I guess I could go to my Gmail. There's an idea. Instead of searching all that, just go to my Gmail real quick and find where I sent it to Callie at the printers to show you. I know you've seen it. I did the artwork a while back. Looks like I froze here, at least on my screen. Let's see. I want to go to Gmail. There we go. Hopefully I can pull it up from Gmail. And this will be the front artwork. I think I showed the back artwork a while back. Let's see. Sent. Takes a while. Takes a while with this old system. You know, I'm working on computer, 16 years old, and certainly got my use out of it. I think my new internet has made things a little bit quicker. I also sent her the sticker cover. Of course, I've got to have to show her the inside front cover and the inside back cover. This is very big. I don't know about fit on screen, but downsize that. Bring this up for you so you can see the artwork. It'll be very large, but is that it? Where'd it go? Difficulties. Oh, it's on Chrome. There we go. Now you can see it. Hopefully, can you see that? Bog rising really doesn't look that good this close up. But that'll be the front artwork to Bog. The Bog bookmark. If you can see that, let me see. Yeah, I think you can see that, right? Even if because I'm crossing browsers, I actually brought it up on Chrome. Probably did that back in, I'm going to say 2023, maybe. Anyway, where'd I go? I'm right here. Anyway, wish I had my phone. I would show you Omer's coat that he drew, kind of like Outlaw Josie Wells. We're going to cross like this, the two coats. So I only had him draw one, and then we'll flop it, and we'll cross them like that on the back of the midnight trading card. That is our last trading card to print up, but we got to get the back design first. And it'll have some filigree around the edge, and we'll put maybe a logo there, maybe not. We'll see. At least that's the plan for the back of the midnight card. Excuse me. And only $99 away from the Bog 6 a.m. sticker over there on the campaign. Let me bring the campaign up. I kind of got sidetracked. I thought I had put on the campaign Ryan's and saved it. Ryan's, what I used as my thumbnail today. Of course, that's only a section of the page, but he's working on 16 characters on the 43. To introduce the 43. There you go. Check out Pencils Down, second chance offer. Thanks for dropping that on Indiegogo. Do you like the new Indiegogo, Justin? Is it made it more difficult? I noticed that they've totally changed everything. Even on Devil Flyer, the Ash Can, the old campaign is still up there. Even though it's a dead campaign, they still have it updated, in the new format. Do you like Indiegogo? A lot of people have said that the new Indiegogo is hard to navigate. I don't know. Did you find it hard to navigate? Let's see. It'll be nice to get Omer back uh, Saturday because Friday he'll be doing a 4 o'clock show till uh, no need to overstream us past Friday. I guess he had those things set up. I said if he wants to do a 4 o'clock shadow, so be it. Do it. Um, Filling in for me very nicely and promoting my campaign. Took me 4 months or so to figure it out. Not really. Yeah, it's yeah. I think wasn't approval like 3 months to get it approved or something. At some point, they weren't even approving new. Uh, Lots of changes with Indiegogo. Yeah, it's kind of more like Kickstarter, isn't it? They're kind of emulating maybe their model. Um, what was I going to show you? Uh, I could go to Instagram to the pictures that Ryan sent me and show you that again. Uh, 16 characters, though, Ryan's been working on. And he's in the color phase of it. He's got it all, both pages married together now. Uh, There we go. Share screen. There we go. So that's the first page right there. That's Bone. Um, I haven't the cosmic character with the spots up there flying. I haven't really named him yet. I was thinking maybe the emissary, but I didn't know if I wanted to name him that or not. So he's unnamed. But all the others are Euphoria, Stone, Viro, Blitzkrieg, and Bloodsword and Bone. Um, uh, but Emissary, if that's what we wind up naming him, I don't know if I'm going to name him that or not. Um, I was thinking about giving him gravity powers. You know, he's kind of a cosmic type character out of all of them. I don't know. We shall see. There it is in black and white. He did use my original sketch card background for all that, and then just colored it. Really, the time portal really is in black and white and grayscale. Uh, but these need to be in color so that because the figures get convoluted in black and white. Uh, it's just too much. And you see Bone there, and then here was the creepier, sort of more original, how I had him, Bone down there. If you see his face, I think he does look creepier like that. Uh, but I do like Ryan's version too, and nothing says that we can't have an early version of Bone. A switch of mask over time. Which do you like? Do you like Ryan's Bone there in the foreground, and to making more? There he is in color. Or do you like sort of the blank eyed Bone there? Charge VAT tax up front for some countries? Yeah, that's always a problem. Have to charge tax for backers in the state you're doing business in. I know it's crazy. You used to be able to have a uniform, mailing price, and now it really depends on what state it's going to, just within the United States. And yeah, you deal with VAT taxes probably with Canada, with you know to get that mini PC. I think it's about $60 or something to send that thing to me from Winnipeg, close to Winnipeg, wherever Haldeer is. uh, and then and then also the Canadian shipping, which is. But if I can get in for under $150, I'm doing good to get a computer that was built by hand by one of our fellow YouTubers, so and mods. So that says a lot. He enjoys the content of this and doesn't want to see this channel's content go away. Uh, and is willing to has the skills to uh, where he works, he gets additional parts and whatnot. Not thievery, but thrown away or not, whatever. They're up for grabs, and he built me a mini PC. He built Omer one. He loves his. Uh, but yeah, the 43 going to get introduced and then be in a story. Ryan says, when are you going to get to some of these characters? You've got so many characters. Still going to use the 16-year-old computer? Yeah, I'll probably get the power unit if it's replaced, and then of course it runs Windows 7. I may set up a drawing area or something, use it. I don't know. I think it's worth fixing if I can fix it. If the power unit's not too much, I think it's probably fixable. Uh, can still do Photoshop stuff on there and things, I think. But I mean, really, a computer needs to be able to get on the internet. I and Omer confer and look at when I use Photoshop. I've gotten pretty good at using Photoshop, but on an introductory level, uh, but to do basic things. But I still like to have Omer there as a safety net to kind of guide me through if I have any issues uh, with it. Uh, but yeah, here pretty soon I'll when I get the mini PC in, hopefully this week or next week in the mail, uh, we'll start lining up people, which I've already lined up one person, but they're right after their launch to promote their book in July, though. So we've got a little bit of time, July 5th, I think. I know where I'll be at the 4th. I wonder if they're going to have better fireworks this year because last year only 19 minutes worth of fireworks. Maybe that was a cost issue, but for the 250th anniversary to celebrate the 250th anniversary of our republic, uh, is a big event. So hopefully they'll go about an hour at least. They usually go about an hour. That last year was a stinker. I mean, it was nice. I filmed it, and you can hear Abby barking. It was the last one that I and Abby got to enjoy together. You can hear her barking from the film because I've got her on film during the solar eclipse a couple years ago. I've yet to drop that video. I need to get with Omer and try and get those videos up. They're quite intriguing. Uh, to see a solar eclipse, I think I'd get some views on that, even after the fact. A total eclipse in Arkansas. Although it doesn't show up on camera, spoilers, that well. You don't get to see what I was seeing in the glasses, but you can hear the commentary and stuff. And you do get a good look at the best look at Abby on film outside barking at the neighbor and doing her thing. Yesterday was 4 years, no, 4 years, 4 months without her. Been thinking about her today. Think about her every day. Uh, you know, I'll eventually get a new dog, and maybe that'll help. It's gotten easier to talk about her. I do still get choked up. We were together for 13 years, so sue me, you know. Love my dog. Miss her. Uh, Last few months being without a phone because my phone aged out, being without my dog, and being without you here every day was hard. You know, my cat passed away last week, 19 years old. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Justin. They become family. They really do. Uh, I know when Abby passed away, it affected Elsie, who was on screen when I announced that I would have to have her euthanized. And when his cat passed away, that affected me, Pumpkin. Because every time I went over there to Elsie's to spend the night, she would come in the room with me and sleep with me. Uh, had to put her down at 3 a.m. Really? Late night euthanasia. Yeah, I had a hard time getting Abby to the vet. I got stuck in the snow twice. Once in my driveway here. I had to call my brother and my nephew. Well, he brought my nephew with me, and we got the truck out, and they followed me all the way there. And the vet I called while we were sitting outside. Didn't want to go too far back in the parking lot. Might get stuck again. It was snowing, or maybe had snowed. I can't remember. Uh, I went to see mom, came back. She was in a bad state. Uh, and they were only doing emergency. I was trying to get there on time because they were going to leave, go have lunch because they've got animals that they care for there that they had to feed and stuff. They were only doing emergency type things. I was trying to get there on time, calling them multiple times, carrying, you know, got her out to the truck, went, and then he was gone to Office Depot, which in hindsight was a blessing because we had a few more, about 10 more minutes together. Anyway, I'm going to end on that, getting emotional. Well, maybe not. You know, I'm dealing with it better, but you just had to be there. It's tough. It's tough when you lose a family member, and she was my only family, you know, that lived here with me. So hard time at that trip for you and your dog. Yeah. Uh, yeah, I got to go to Atlanta with her last year. Got some great pictures, usually of her sleeping. But yeah, that's when she was first diagnosed uh, with, or right before the heart congestion. Uh, yeah, it's not easy. And if you think it is, it's. But I got a lot. My lawns never looked better. You know, once the ice and snow, I was ready for that damn ice and snow to be gone. Uh, Buried her here, but I had to put her ground level, although there's a low area behind my shed, and that's where I put her. And then just getting dirt, going and getting dirt. A lot of the dirt was frozen, the bags were frozen and stuff. It was a nightmare to get around. Even thought I'd peel out and have some fun. Stupid me, wrecked, put a dent in my fender. Uh, but that's on me, you know. I don't care. I was just trying to get back to her. But I thought, I can take that slide in and whatnot and have some fun. I shouldn't have tried that. Should have just slowly turned in and whatnot. Direct my truck's only got, I think, how many miles? 12,000 something miles on it. It's still relatively brand new. Uh, like I say, I don't drive it a lot to work, to the grocery store. Uh, Not very many places. Get a haircut. Go to the comic store every occasionally. You know, pick up my Spawn issues, or I think they're supposed to be putting Thundar in there right now. Herculoids only lasted 11 issues. I don't know why, but got 2 through 11. Uh, Missed number 1. Uh, but I'll go on eBay. I'll find a copy. But yeah, Thundar the Barbarian. I believe this is first time in comics, so I got issue No, I got a couple issues. Issue number one. One thing they did with that was that there was kind of like a mystery bagged edition as well. And I bought one of those and got a virgin black and white cover done by a pretty well known artist. I like the artwork. That was the main thing about it. Of course, I like the retro artwork. I think they ought to get Bruce Timm to do sort of a cartoony version. He would be a good artist to do for a Thunder the Barbarian uh, issue cover. Uh, I don't know if they got me down on there or not because on Free Comic Book Day they brought me, which is the last time I've been to the comic book store, Free Comic Book Day. So that was at the 1st of May. Uh, I don't go very often. I don't have a big pull list, only Spawn and right now Thundar, and that's it. And I don't even know if they've got me down on Thundar. And they just have me down on Spawn. I told them to, but you never know with those guys. But I did get the first issue, couple couple of copies of that. But yeah, for remembrance of Abby, I always not every day, but I get a stone and put on her grave. I got to fill in that area back there anyway, so that I can have a way to go through there and to my backyard. It's not easy. I got what used to be church property behind me. That's the great thing about that uh, video that I did. Did a couple of videos that day. I did a shorter one and a longer one to show you the crowd, even though they're off in the distance. A lot of people showed up in behind my house in the parking lot there to see the solar eclipse, and I did a longer, about let's say about 45-minute video or something, maybe longer than that, of of the solar eclipse, the crowd, the backyard. I show you around, so you get a good look and feel about where I'm at here. Uh, I need to put that up. I've been meaning to put that up since I think it was 2024 September. Total eclipse, something you don't see every day. When went to Florida uh, years ago and left my phone, I had a whole photo shoot of another partial eclipse, and it was creating all these shadowy patterns from the. And I took some foam core and I took pictures on my phone. I had a whole gallery shot of these interesting shadowy pictures, on foam core. Did a whole photo shoot for about an hour during that partial, till it kind of went away and then the light came back as normal. But I did a whole photo shoot, and all that was just lost on my phone. Fortunately, I didn't have anything embarrassing on my phone. You lose your phone. Oh, it's got my porn hub on there or whatever. It was a flip phone, I think. We were working dusted on. I was just tired. Got out to urinate before we headed back to the motel, which was over an hour away, because we were out of Gainesville and we would drive an hour away sometimes to spray certain areas there in mid Florida. And uh, it was an hour before I wasn't quite back to the motel, but I was like, "Where's my phone?" And realized we drove off and left it on the side of the road. Of course, it couldn't have fallen in the back of the truck. That would have been too easy. I had to take some of that hard-earned money and buy a phone when I got back to and connect it all and go through all that when I got back to Jonesboro. Uh, a couple of days later, because it took me the better part about I'm going to say about 14 and a half hours. I went through Atlanta. It took me 19 and a half hours to get down there, but we took the long route around along the southern coastline through Pensacola and Mobile, Alabama, and stuff. Uh, I always mess up when I get too tired. Yeah, we were working from dusk to dawn. We were working a long time, every night, and it just and she would call and wake us up, and you couldn't go back to sleep. You were so wired, You just couldn't go back, or maybe you might start drifting off, and she'd call you again and wake you up. We had a very the CO or whatever the main person, she was a turd. I think she's still with the organization. Brown nosing turd. She really was. You know, not good at all to the employees at all. It was all about her. Obnoxious, much, very. You know, finally learning to not go and using the last micron of energy. It always costs me more progress than I gain by over pushing it. Yeah. I mean, same way here when I feel my blood sugar getting low, and often I do. Very sudden, um, very rarely does it just sudden kind of come on. But yeah, if I let that happen, then I'm wasted for the rest, till I rest a few hours. I'm lagging after that. It takes a while to recover from my low blood sugar sometimes if I let it go too far. And of course, you can go into start sweating profusely, almost like a diabetic coma. That's no fun at all. Elsie sent me to do that over his house more than once and scared the hell out of him. He wanted to call a doctor, send me to the hospital. I'm like, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. We eventually worked through it. It wasn't fun, but you just have a total shutdown. It's not good. Not good. You got to get that blood sugar back up, or you could go into a coma and pass out, I guess. At that point, take me to the doctor. But till then, just leave me alone. Let me work through this, you know, let me kind of recoup. Don't mess with me. Don't want to be messed with at that point. That's just me. But yeah, the best thing is get me some peanut butter. That's that for quick recovery. Peanut butter is the best. But yeah, here pretty soon we'll start some coloring, inking, maybe doing some more, pizza rounds. Uh, I was hoping to do topic lists last night, but they called me late or whatever, or texted me late and said, "Yeah, you're going out tonight." After saying tonight's canceled, make up your mind. Kind of like today, they were going to call me in today, and then 20 minutes, right? I'm just getting in the truck, almost putting my stuff in the truck to go around the truck to get in the truck to go, and they say, you don't have to come in today. But I am spraying tonight, staying here in Jonesboro, doing Zone 7. I'm off the bat. I don't know exactly where that's at. Low energy. Yeah, take care of yourself, Burkholder. I've been trying to eat better and do better and whatnot, sworn off cola. And, you know, caffeine can make me jittery, can kind of like, that's in conjunction. If my blood sugar, I hadn't eaten enough, I think that coffee can kind of aggravate that a little bit. So I have to watch my coffee intake. I really don't have to watch it. If I'm around the house, I'm snacking, eating, doing something. Billy Power Max in the house. We're going to have you on, Billy. I did send you the link today again. Or if you want to set up something, we can. Um, to talk about your Fund My Comic. Um, I did look over your campaign yesterday. Uh, Watching my funds this year, but I'll try and buy a copy of it Friday. We'll see. Don't hold me to that, but yeah, look, definitely would like to have a copy of your comic. Had to work tonight. Yeah, yeah, I've got to go to work here in a little bit myself. Not even sure on the clock in time. I think it's 7 something because I'm staying here in town. Went to Truman last night. Did part of West Side because I'm not. I did about 3.5 hours, maybe close to 4 hours. Travel time too, which is about 30 minutes away, I guess, and back. So there's an hour, uh, but not as far as like Wynn, which is an hour away. You like the drawings? I'll be honest with you. I really haven't done that much drawing. Now I drew a new character today. Um, kind of concept came to me. Uh, this was one of the last things I did. A bog, kind of an eye, a different eye, diamond eye configuration, and did that. But other than that, haven't done much. I did one uh, inking job on a pizza round, but I've not. I've been pretty much just been working, trying to make the money to pay artists, you know, and to get stuff printed up for the campaign. Well, you need to try. If anybody says I can't draw at all, they need to try. It's just unlocking your creativity. Start with some scribbles. If you saw my creature today, my new character is like scribbles. It's for the Tweaka, what I'm calling the Tweaka Pocket Universe, you know, something like that. I'm still working through the details on that. But Tweaka will make it in the print. And she did on the Ashcan. Tweaka approved on the back cover. Uh, her first appearance, cameo appearance, I guess. I'm still trying to figure out how to work her in the momentum universe. She's just you got some out. I was thinking about that today. I've got this good story written, or at least good concept for this, and I've talked about it with Shadowhawk probably a year ago. I don't know, maybe over a year ago. Uh, you know what happens with this character with a pink bunny suit. And maybe that's the Dan Fraga thing. I don't know, but I thought, what if you had something outlandish or something happened to you and you were wearing a costume like a pink bunny suit, like an Energizer bunny suit or whatever, right? And you and or that suit gave you superpowers. Would you wear something outlandish like that to have superpowers? I would. I don't care if I look like a dork. You know, I mean, in a world where there's no supervillains, it really wouldn't make that much difference. You might save lives. I don't really want to go into a burning building. I don't have this overall urge like Ben 10 to be a hero and save people, you know. Uh, but uh, I was thinking, okay, that might be a little weird for the main Momentum universe, but that character might fit in well in the Tweaka universe, you know. You did try for 3 years, studied. It became obvious I had zero natural talent. Well, people with 10 lessons just did much better than me. That was not fun. I would rather work on writing stories. There you go. Well, that's a creativity all in itself. So we wear ridiculous clothes to have superpowers. Yeah. I mean, unless it's going to get you arrested every time like maybe some lingerie or something gives you superpowers. There's your story, you know, a woman, lady of the night, a lady of the night story. Uh, Bad Moon has to wear his mask to keep his power in. There you go. Otherwise, he might go nuclear or something, right? Look, I approach the storytelling of superheroes where it's fiction or whatever, and superheroes is my kind of forte. Although, kind of like Graham Nolan or something with his Two Fisted Tales or something, that you can do war stories that are compelling. Uh, you can do westerns, through midnight. I'm going to tell some straight up western stories, but I mean, she will also time travel and have that superhero bent to her and have some kind of like foreknowledge of what's kind of coming, you know, cell phones and TV, stuff like that. She'll come to the future. That happened to Two Gun Kid in the Avengers in 1976 when I started collecting Avengers, 75, 76. Um, you know, you can cross genre. Uh, Jonah Hex. Jonah Hex was just Hex for a little while, and he was in the future too. You know, I don't know that that was that successful. I think Tex Aria drew that. You know, did Ghost Rider. Uh, Pretty neat series. I bought some of the Hex stuff when it came out. I don't think it lasted that long, you know, for a series. Dogs had an adventure without me. Just came in to see what I was doing. Yeah. Well, you didn't stay on that bed very long, did you, Mercola? But yeah, man, we got to get the views up. We got to get the watch hours up, and I think we're doing it each and every day. Of course, broadcasting each and every day helps. You know, that's kind of where we made our mark. Uh, People say I'm crazy, but I mean, maybe I am a little bit. I think to be an artist, you probably do have to be a little bit of crazy, you know. But um, whether it's writing, painting, drawing, whatever, never say never. I mean, if you just keep at it, you might do something you like, or that, or better yet, that some people think or really like, you know. Because I mean, with an artist, you're always looking for the approval of an audience, kind of like a broadcaster. You know, if you're not here every day, then what am I doing here? You know, if the audience doesn't show up, even a moderate audience, you know, then you're just talking to yourself, and that is crazy. Um, you know, it's not easy coming up and with something entertaining or informative. I think my philosophy is I don't want to waste your time. I think that's why people keep coming back when they learn something about comics or maybe movies or you know pop culture or maybe just about the news. I don't know. I always try and come up with interesting things to talk about. Uh, you know, and and it's not all about me, and I don't try and make it all about me. And but I do want to talk about my passion, which is comics and uh, you know what we're doing, what we're producing, what we're making. And now that I'm working and making some money, although I've had a lot of days off of late, so I don't expect to knock it out of the park check for this coming week. Might even be worse the next week. But we're getting there. When we get up into June with all this water that's not necessarily hit me here, but in the surrounding area, um, mosquitoes are going to get bad. I think so. You know, we'll have a couple months here where it's going to be like, you know, pretty good. I hope. Cross your fingers. I still got two tax returns to come in, so to actually do and get so get a get some money back. So that'll help us pay. Maybe those two tax returns will pay Ryan for his double paid spread, you know, and other work because he's done some other things. I still owe him for the crock bog piece, you know, which is up for sale on the campaign for a mere $150. You know, I'm not going to make much on that at all, if anything. But he's been good enough to do some work. We've worked together before. Uh, he knows he'll get paid. I did pay him for the Dr. K piece and the 10-year crock bog piece, which is awesome. If you've not seen that, uh, that'll be sort of an inside cover in the Devil Flyer art book. Haven't decided whether that's going to be hardback or paperback. Probably paperback. You know, we're already doing one hardcover book of Devil Flyer. There is a hardcover edition which will have additional material in it. It'll be not just 48 pages, but 60 pages minimum. Uh, if we reach the next stretch goal, I believe there's 4 pages added to that, so it'll be at least 64 pages. Uh, that's stretch goal. I would have put that on the Devil Flyer book, and that was the original intent to give you 4 more pages instead of 48 pages. It would have been 52. But I'm wanting to do newsprint version, and the maximum on that's 48 pages with Peter Samedi. So we're going to keep that at 48 pages. But we're doing too big after we get the Buscema book, which will be 100% done. Hopefully, we will be able to launch that later this year and get Devil Flyer in your hands as soon as we start fulfillment with that. We'll hopefully, contact some people, get somebody to do a Kickstarter for us, do an Indiegogo for us, and I will probably set up the Fund My Comic in the meantime by myself, since I'm familiar with that and it's easy enough, and it's even become easier working with Omer and working. I've tried to say this twice, and I get during this broadcast, and I keep getting off track. The Ryan James. I thought I had put the Ryan James page that was on my thumbnail today. I thought I'd put that page up on the campaign. Maybe I didn't save it. It's not up there. So I'm going to have to go back into the campaign maybe after this broadcast. And, computer's doing pretty good to be limping along. I didn't have to be gone months. All I had to do was put some fan, but who knows? It might have been totally dead by now. I needed some time to grieve anyway over the death of Abby, uh, and to get some things done around here. I mean, I really hit once the ice and snow melted, I really hit the yard work, and yard's looking pretty good, but I think something's happened to my yard man because he's not showing up, and it is getting taller. Uh, just waiting for the code people to say, "Oh, this yard." Uh, it's not that bad yet. We haven't gotten a lot of rain, but I did, and I meant to say this earlier. My neighbor who's across the street, I can always hit him up to mow it once, which might do me good for the year, because my regular guy, he mows it way too often, and he gets it down to dust during the summer, and I don't like that. It gets dusty. Uh, I can walk everywhere in the yard now, although I haven't been brave enough to do that because dog poop takes a while to decompose. Uh, but yeah, no dog poop out there anymore. Rich fertilizer for my yard. At least till I get another dog. Probably won't be. Maybe first of next year I'll get a new dog. I don't know. One reason I'm not getting a new dog this year is um, I'm working day and night sometimes, and I really don't want to bring the dog up there. And it's a cost thing too. I want to make sure that the money's there to get Devil Flyer out, and a dog costs you money. It does. I've still got 16 meals in there that Abby didn't eat. Got back treats and stuff. But her little friend came over not too long ago, the neighbor's dog, and I fed her some of those treats. I was happy to do that. He's that dog that lost his right eye somehow. Maybe poked it out or had cancer or something. I don't know. But he just showed up one day with his eyes uh, sewn short, shut. Anyway, um, yeah, I wish he would come around more often. He pees on everything. That's all he does. He come over here to mark my territory as his, and Abby would follow around and pee after him. It's funny. I've got some pictures of them. I'll have to share that on my phone. Uh, he's a nice little tyke, He's a nice little dog. He's a little small for my taste. Uh, white and black, those white hairs that are sheddings on that. It's black. They show up like snow on a roof, Uh, but I, it'd be nice to have one through the winter, a dog at at the end of the season. Um, we'll see. We get Devil Flyer out. We do well with the John Buscema book, and I know if I can financially support a dog and it not cut into stuff, and maybe I'll get a dog at the end of the season. Uh, I saw a dog that I really liked, but it was just too big, and I wasn't ready to. I just couldn't house it. And then again, I'm working day and night. I'm kind of it's kind of a work issue. I have to figure out um, exactly what I'm doing with work. Am I going to have to work days next year? I'm hoping the Basima book will put us on track. It's a costly thing to do, at least on my budget, to do a comic and do all the things that you have to do. If you keep it just about the books, like Galaxy Memorial Park, go check that out. They've got a couple backers. They need some help getting where they need to be on their campaign. Go out on Fund My Comic, launched on Memorial Day. I plan on backing it Friday for sure. Couldn't back it first day this year because I spent the money. You know, had it and then spent it. On Memorial Day. Uh, Went out and got some more additional groceries for this week, just out of convenience. When you're working day and night and whatnot, you cook, but you don't want to spend all that time in the kitchen. So you get a few snacks here or there, to, few edible items. It's quick fix. Bagels with some cream cheese. Hey, good snack. Still going through Ben 10. Uh, Almost. I think I've got 3 discs to watch, something like that. Less than 3 discs. Uh, so far, only one glitchy disc, and it's really not that bad. And I'm not going to go through all those seasons again and return it. I'm just going through it to make sure uh, that the discs are good. You have to do that with physical media. I'm going to sleeve all those and not, just keep the case back here, you know, empty because I don't want to stack those and keep them. Actually those are pretty easy to pop out, even multiple discs at one time. But I'm not going to put it all back in there. That'd be a nightmare. I'll just sleeve them. I'll have to buy some sleeves. You can't even get sleeves anymore at Walmart. And you can get the plastic sleeves. The paper sleeves with the window are more expensive than the plastic sleeves. You can get them for about $8, Walmart.com, but they used to be about 5. But inflation, but they do yellow over time. But that's okay, you know. Uh, but it kind of inspires me. I think it's kind of inspired me creating a few new things while I've been watching it. I usually get some, and I'm to the point on the last one, the last series that I really didn't get to watch, that I missed when it came and never got on disc. So we're watching new episodes that I've never seen before. So that's good. And the movie, I don't think I've ever seen the movie that was in 3D modeling, I should say. Anyway, going to get out of here, relax a little bit, and watch some Ben 10, and maybe make a snack before work. Uh, Probably go in a little bit early because I'm not sure about the Jonesboro, Zone 7. What does it bode? Come in tomorrow and find out. I'll tell you all about the exciting world of spraying mosquitoes. How exciting! Exciting!